And here is our next match of the evening. It's going to be Joey Ryan getting an opportunity to take on the Intercontinental Champion, Dalton Castle. And here we go. This has been an interesting one, this, because Joey Ryan's got a chance to prove himself now against one of the big champions here on Adrenaline. I think PWG has given Joey Ryan a lot of opportunities so far in this universe mode to prove what he can do, and he's not really repaid a lot of those gifts so far, but who knows, a win here this evening could really turn things in his favour. We currently have penciled in for Shabby Mania an Intercontinental Triple Threat match. Dalton Castle defending against both Hideo Itami and Sami Zayn, but you never know, a win here for Joey Ryan could really force himself into that card. And it wouldn't be completely out of the question for it to happen either, really, would it? Joey Ryan is someone who can pull it out when he needs to, and, well, that's a dodgy saying, I suppose, when Joey Ryan's involved, pulling out when he needs to, but there you go. You didn't hear that from me. Joey Ryan versus Dalton Castle. Very similar personality as well, I suppose, if you look at it that way. So I'm just bagging my fan because my fan stopped working. I need it to work. Because my laptop overheats very easily, so I've got a USB fan that blows into the side of the laptop the whole time to keep it cool. However, my USB fan has stopped work. It's going round like for a second, then stopping for a second, and it's not picking up enough speed or enough. Yeah. Problem is, if I leave it, it overheats too easily, and then my laptop goes off, and then the videos I'm uploading don't go uploaded. They don't go uploaded. They don't go uploaded. They don't. So here he is then, your Intercontinental Champion, Dalton Castle. Done really well actually in this universe mode. Sort of forced his way into the championship picture and won a match that nobody expected him to win. Of course, triple threat between himself, Kevin Owens and Kazuchika Okada. Nobody expected Castle to come out with a belt. And now he's going to have to defend that belt in another triple threat match. And if he does that as well, that's going to be incredibly impressive. Incredibly impressive. With Sami Zayn and Hideo Itami. Here we go then, Joey Ryan. The man, the myth, the menace. Against Dalton Castle, one-on-one. The bell goes and we are underway for this indie classic. Dalton Castle has worked. Well, Dalton Castle's mainly Ring of Honor, isn't he? So he can work PWG, but I think off my memory he's only worked there once. I might be wrong, but I think he might have only worked there once. Yeah. Joey Ryan, of course. I'm sure Joey Ryan's a part owner of PWG. I might be wrong, you know. I might be wrong. PWG. Let's have a look. Wikipedia. Founders. Joey Ryan was a founder. But it's currently owned by Excalibur and Super Dragon. But Joey Ryan was one of the founders. Alongside Disco Machine, Scott Lost, Super Dragon, Top Gun Taller. And that's everyone, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. If you look at like I say here, the first year of PWG saw AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, CM Punk, Homicide, Chris Hero, Brian Kendrick, and Colt Cabana. And Kazarian was on the debut show. Yeah. Wow. That's a bit of useless trivia for you. PWG was the first company to put AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. That was the first time the two had ever competed against each other. Oh, no, hang on a minute. No. There we go. It was supposed to be Styles versus Joe, which would be a first-time match. Big frog splash there by Joey Ryan. It was supposed to be a first-time match between Styles and Joe in 2003. However, Joe was injured in a match against Paul London and replaced by Frankie Kazarian, so it ended up being AJ Styles versus Kazarian. As Joey Ryan locking in the chicken wing here. If he can make the Intercontinental Champion tap out, that's going to give PJ Toby some serious questions to answer. But Dalton Castle breaking free with the stamp on the toe of Joey Ryan, then went for the Ace Crusher, but Ryan forces him away. Castle now catching Ryan, sends him into the ropes. Into a German suplex. A nice slow German to let Ryan think about it while he's mid-air. Castle now stamping on the gut of Joey Ryan and now wrenching back at the arm as well, just trying to slow proceedings down and keeping Ryan grounded for a bit, but Ryan fighting back with that forearm. Now Joey Ryan into a Kimura lock as well. Joey Ryan locking all the submissions here, and Dalton Castle's got to think about this because he does not want to go into Shabby Mania in a few days' time with an injury. So these submission holds could take their toll mentally on Dalton Castle. Eventually he could tap out just for the fear of walking into that Shabby Mania match with an injury. Another German suplex there by Dalton Castle though on Joey Ryan. Then just spanking himself in Joey Ryan's general vicinity. Okay. Another float your boat. Dalton now bringing Joey Ryan up. A couple of shoulder blocks. Ducking the clothesline into that front slam. Harnessing the spirit of the 5 moves of doom. Dalton bringing Ryan back up. Another big German suplex. This time Bridges for the pin. 1, 2. And no, it's only a 2. Joey Ryan trying to get the... Dalton Castle trying to get the victory with that German suplex. He's been taking Joey Ryan to Suplex City in this one, hasn't he, really? Oh, nice. I don't even know what that's called, but it was a very nice manoeuvre. And that should finish off Joey Ryan there, really. There's the pin by Dalton Castle. 1, 2, and 3. No! Castle can't believe it. He thought that was a free count. I thought it was a free count. I saw the ref's hand hit the mat 3 times before Ryan's shoulder lifted off, but referee's convinced that's the way. Jackknife powerbomb there by Dalton Castle, now heading up top. Big elbow drop as well, right into the heart of Joey Ryan. Running double axe handle. Knee strike right in the face by Ryan and by Dalton Castle. Ryan's busted open. Straight into that exposed turnbuckle pad, which Ryan took off himself. And there's the pin once again. Dalton Castle, since hitting that big manoeuvre, is demolished Joey Ryan, but still can't keep him down for the 3. As Castle now raining the elbows right into the chest and the trapezius of Joey Ryan. Now locking in that chin lock. Oh, just wrenching the neck of Ryan. Just keeping him grounded for as long as he can while taking a bit of a rest himself because he's put a lot of offense in. Reverse Dragon Sleeper. Is Ryan going to tap out? No, he doesn't. Of course, Joey Ryan, this is his last scheduled appearance in SWE as well. So, well, I keep saying that, but it's not technically, is it? Because we do have the Rumble still coming up for you after Shabby Mania. We've got the Rumbles to see who's going to stay on their roster. So, there's still a little bit of time left. We still will probably see Joey Ryan again. But he knows if he can win this match, he might just be able to squeeze himself a place in Shabby Mania as well. Once again, Dalton Castle stalking. Joey Ryan slams him face first. Once again, and surely this time, Ryan's not going to get up from this one. There's the pin by Dalton Castle. 1, 2, and 3. What? Joey Ryan. Joey freaking Ryan. What has got into you today, my friend? They said he's desperate for that match at Shabby Mania, and he locking in the chicken wing again, is he? Yeah, he does. He locks in the chicken wing again. I said earlier, Dalton Castle's got to think about his situation here. He doesn't want to go into Shabby Mania with an injury. But he does also want to go into Shabby Mania on a loss as well, does he? And he breaks free. Stamping on the toe of Ryan before elbowing him in the chest as well. Sends him into that turnbuckle again, that exposed turnbuckle. Dalton Castle now twisting the head of Joey Ryan into a running axe handle, but Joey's avoided it. Joey into neck breaker. Joey back up on the middle rope to taunt, but he needs to take advantage. He needs to finish Dalton off if he has enough in him, but Dalton catching Joey Ryan there with the belly-to-belly suplex. Joey fighting back. A boot in the shin. Right hand to the side of the face of Dalton. Now has him up on his shoulders. Now looking for a torture rack. Spins it into a powerbomb. Holds it for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, and Dalton Castle kicked out. Wow, I'll tell you what, this is quickly becoming a very, very good match. This could end up being on our best match playlist, this one, couldn't it? Joey Ryan now dropping a boot in the gut of Dalton Castle. And now dropping an elbow right across the knee as well. And again dropping the elbow across the knee. And like I said, Dalton Castle does not want to go into Shabby Mania holding any injuries. So he's going to have to be careful here. The longer this match goes on, the more in trouble he's going to be. As once again, Joey Ryan locks in that chicken wing for the 3rd time in the match. And is it going to be enough to take Dalton Castle down this time? Dalton's got a tap this time. He does not want to take an injury. Can he break free from this? He does break free, my word. But you see him holding his shoulder there straight after. Damage might have been done here by Joey Ryan. Clothesline to the back there by Dalton in the turnbuckle. Brings Ryan back up to his feet. German suplex Bridges with a pin. 1, 2, and no again. Joey Ryan kicked out. What is going on here? How is this even happening? Dalton now dropping a boot right in the back of the hamstring of Joey Ryan. And if he can land this spinning front slam once again, then I would imagine that Joey's got to stay down. There it is. Castle drops into the pin. 1, 2. Oh my god, really? What is up with this freaking game? How on earth has Dalton Castle survived 3 chicken wings? How on earth has Joey Ryan kicked out of 3 of Dalton Castle's finisher maneuvers? What is going on? Joey Ryan now, German suplex of his own. Bridges for the pin. 1, 2. Oh my god, Joey's done it. Out of nowhere, Joey Ryan has defeated the Intercontinental Champion here on Adrenaline in what is quite possibly one of the best singles matches I think we've seen so far in this game. And that has got to make PJ Toby think about the Intercontinental Championship match at Shabby Mania. For me, well, if it was my brand, I'd be adding Joey Ryan to that match and making it a 4-way. But, of course, it's PJ Toby's decision on what he wants to do. It's a risky one because, like I said, we don't know who's going to be available early on to download in the game. So if Joey Ryan gets the championship win at Shabby Mania, that could be iffy because, as I've said before, if the person is not available on a core until or by the first, maybe second pay-per-view, depending on how far in the pay-per-views are, then they will have to vacate the championship. But Joey Ryan picks up a big victory here, defeating the Intercontinental Champion, which is worth some good ranking points for him as well. And that could have just saved him a place, or granted him a place, should I say, at Shabby Mania. Let's see what PJ Toby's got planned.